is better. We had some serious connective issues. Let me know down, throw up a comment, let me know if you guys are here, who's there, who isn't. Let me know if it's live. This is the second part down, but we are back. We're still going on with the show. Sorry about that. It's just really like congested, and well, there's a lot of traffic going through on my Wi-Fi here at the studio, so things are a little bit choppy today. Let's get into this quick, and then I'll go ahead and continue the show. And if you hop on and you missed the first part of the segment, well, you can go back and watch that. It's already out there. But this is what we're drinking right now. We are drinking the Ghost Hammer IPA. So far, so good. It seems to be delicious. We're talking a little bit about the COVID-19 and the situation. I wished everyone a happy Palm Sunday. And now I want to get into the video that came out last week. Oh man, did I have a fun time filming that. So as we all know, we're pretty much in quarantine lockdown, and the only things that are open are essential businesses. And one thing I consider very essential is Krispy Kreme donuts. You gotta have them, right? No, but in all seriousness, I wanted to go ahead and film, well, some smaller local restaurants, and because I know they're suffering from food, basically not being allowed to have in service restaurants kind of. So ordering the food from those small businesses, well, it doesn't do them justice, right? Because I don't want to go ahead and support a local business and get in a takeout and then just basically talk about their food. I like to showcase the restaurant, the actual place I'm eating in, all that good stuff. So what I went ahead and did is I'm focusing on all the drive-throughs for Food Friday. And I last week Friday, if you haven't, you can go see on my channel. It is now up there, is the Krispy Kreme donut experience. If you're a little bit unfamiliar with Krispy Kreme, it's one of the big donut franchises here in the United States. And wow, it was amazing. Okay, I had 5 donuts. That's right, 5 donuts, and each one was delicious. They were filled with cream. We had the original glazed. We had a strawberry eclair. We had some amazing taste going through our mouth, and the taste buds from a sweet, sweet Krispy Kreme donut are like exploding in your mouth. And if you've never had one before, it's phenomenal. There was the video is up now. You can check it out, or you can go to the Burbank Empire Center and the Krispy Kreme. All right, we're back. Yes. All right. I dated a girl named Krispy Kreme. Come on, man. Seriously? You ain't never dated nobody named Krispy and hot. Yes. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Now I know the connection is back and running. But yeah, let me know if you checked out that video. It was really, really fun to film. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate that. We are back on. And with that, I would like to go ahead and take another slug of the Stone Ghost Hammer IPA. Oh man, it's just delicious. All right, this is really good. Guys, if you're hopping on, this is the second part. I was actually able to call my father, Pops. All right, I don't know if he's with me now. Dad, are you with me? Shoot me a thumbs up. But we had some connectivity issues earlier, and we're rolling on. Stone is legit all around. Absolutely, Nate Messick. I don't know if you've never had it, but I think that Stone Brewery and what's the one that does Sculpton? That one is another amazing brewery. Those two are in San Diego, and I also like Kona Brewing. Yes, Ballast Point. If you guys have ever had Ballast Point, that one is awesome too. And I suggest trying out Kona. Kona Brewing Company. They make the longboard ale and things like that. And go ahead and I will throw that up there right now. I've go ahead and reviewed that here on the show. But really delicious beers, kind of making really good strides forward as they continue to make excellent different flavors in the microbrew craft circle. Really enjoy it. And Stone Brewery is just top notch, man. I'm lucky enough to know somebody in San Diego, and unfortunately, because of the coronavirus, my San Diego trip last weekend got canceled. Who we got? Stevie Steve just joined the. Oh my gosh, Stevie Steve is in the house. Jealous. You are drinking a Labatt Blue. That is my little brother. Cheers to the little fam. What's up, bud? Give me some. And to everybody else in here, how about we all do a cheers? 1, 2, 3, cheers. Right. All right. Oh, that's good. And I got Pops on the phone asking where the Jenny Cream Ale is. Okay, guys, are you familiar with? Who's familiar with Jenny Cream Ale? That is a delicious beer. One thing I like about it, that it's making a pushback in Western New York. I was home last Christmas, I believe it was, and you know, I haven't had it in a while. I think the last time I had it, I used to steal it out of John Eggert's and Consumers, like the big heavy case. Cheers from England. Who do we got? What's up, Aston? Cheers, mate. How are you? I hope you're doing well, and you know, you're safe over there in England. Okay, going to Diego, but unfortunately, it did get canceled. Okay, can't go anywhere right now. But now, when I go back, when this stuff is all over, I know a friend here in San Diego, and she's gonna go ahead and try to set up an actual Travel Man Dan first beer ever drank, and it was warm from Dad's basement. Jenny Cream Ale, yes, yeah, we definitely drank my father's alcohol and beer. Who's ever drank there was liquor, right? I remember me and my older brother used to drink my father's like schnapps and vodka, and then we'd fill it back up with water. Oh, this trick in the book. Who's done that one? All right. So back to uh, talking about the Stone Brewing Company. Is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna try to go and film there and do an actual episode on the Travel Man Dan goes to a brewery, and definitely gonna get slobber-knockled and his Black Velvet. Yep, Pops used to like that too. So yeah, we're definitely gonna explore that option. But yeah, moving right along, I'd like to talk about, well, let's talk about, I'm going to go to the brewery. What's the first thing that you're going to do when all this COVID going to do? And what's one of the things that you miss? Okay, for me, I know one of the things that I want to do, in Lent will be over in, let's see, okay, we got about 5 or 6 days, depending, I don't, yes, okay, so 6 days. So one of the things I really want to do, and I gave up for Lent, so 40 days without it, and if you know me, you know I love coffee, is I just want to go to a coffee shop. I want to pull up to a coffee counter. I want to order, you know, a black coffee, and just sit down with my friends, laugh it up, have a good time again. I just want to go ahead and go to a coffee shop and have a cup of coffee. What do you guys want to do when this is all over? Put it down in the comments below. I'd love to hear. Hammer. Let's go ahead and try this baby out. And this has been hard. Ghost Hammer IPA reminds me. I wonder if the recipe is a little similar, because one of the things with IPA is sometimes they get a little too fancy, right? The fragrance and you know that piney taste is just way too much, and that's, to be honest with you, what turns off a lot of people from the IPAs. I happen to enjoy it. I relate you to the show Krispy Kreme channel lately, or you've seen the header and stuff. It is now called the Danny Salay channel. That is me, Danny Salay, because I'm going to go ahead and Travel Man Dan, the Food Friday show, and this show. And we have some other ideas coming up, but I want the scheduled view times usually come out at 12 p.m. in the afternoon. So I'm going to go ahead and change things up. After looking at some analytics and some things that I had to look at behind the channel, I found out that, well, although my videos sometimes get a lot of views, sometimes they get no views, I do this because I absolutely love it. The main thing is, when a certain time hits over here, it's in the right analytic. The Travel Man Dan show will still come out. Where's the Jenny? That's my dad. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Dad here live. What's up, Pops? How are you? Good to see you. I hope you're holding it down back home in Kenmore, New York. There's no Jenny, but maybe one day. You know what? Next time I'm home in Buffalo and we do the weekly beer and video live show, I would love to have you and some Jenny on there. Matter of fact, we'll see how many Kenmore people we can get to join us. But yeah, so the other Wednesday, standard time. We make that going to be a lot of great. They hit that ground running. I'm going to go everywhere I possibly can and film as much as I can. I want to travel all over the United States, all over the world. I just want to get out and go. But I'm being smart about it. I'm listening to the people that, you know, this is, oh, getting another call from Pops. I don't know what's going on. But so yeah, that's That's what's going on. One thing that you're going to see, who we got here? Katie's family still drinks Jenny, and I have to bring it every time I go to the Adirondacks. Yes, Katie's family, big Travel Man Dan fan, so I hear, and definitely some Jenny. You know, Jenny makes Jenny Light too. But let's not keep knocking on Jenny. It's not an amazing beer, but it's a staple beer, right? It's you know, if you guys are still getting some freezing going on, I know it's the internet connection. We're getting a lot of bandwidth throttled through this connection, so it's gonna suck today. You know, I'm sorry. I'm doing the best I can. We'll work out the kinks. Don't worry. We'll get you back in there. And yeah, so thanks for joining me. Stay with me. You know, I'm doing the best I can with my bandwidth. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the blog. The Travel Man Dan blog is being created right now. And so there's going to be a blog that you can go and you can find the videos. Everything by me is free. Yeah, no, it sucks, man. It's really, you know, if this is the least of my problems, I'll take it. But it really sucks for the show because this is fun. I'm having a good time with you guys. But stay tuned. Be ready for the Travel Man Dan blog. I'll go ahead and I'm creating the website with the blog on it, which will then kind of wrap everything together. If you want to go ahead and see all that what's going on between me and my world of, you know, the vlogging, blogging, whatever the heck you want to call it, the Travel Man Dan. So stay tuned. That's what we're working on here right now in quarantine. Let's go ahead and try out this Stone Ghost Hammer again. Oh, that's good. That is really good. Guys, I can't stress how tasty and delicious this is. Now look at this. I left one. It's strong. It's definitely a stronger beer. Like I said, it's over 6%. I can feel it, but it's smooth strong, okay? I definitely feel like I'm getting a little red in the cheeks, but it's not hard to get down. It's not like a double stout or a double IPA. Where you know it's just Hammer IPA is smooth. Just as smooth as it would be as you're drinking a little Bat's Blue or a Molson Canadian. So sit back and enjoy one of these regular. Okay, the next week's video is, well, we're still juggling ideas, all right? We're still gonna, you know, figure this thing out. I haven't been down this road before where I've been completely locked down, okay? Because the thing is even if I'm not out traveling the world, travel to. Unfortunately, due to the virus, we cannot even creative ideas. I got some ideas I'll throw at you in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Man Dan episode. And it is a compilation interest in seeing my work as an actor, or, you know, basically the audition process. I might just go ahead and throw that video up. Another idea that I had was cruising, okay? Cruising Man Dan, where I drive up and down the coast. People are looking for something fun and entertaining to get their mind off of stuff. I'm lucky that I live in Los Angeles and I only live about 20 minutes from Malibu and the sea. So maybe I'll just take a ride up there and just kind of film the coastline. Won't be the most exciting video, but I'll put some cool background music to it. And, well, sometimes in a time like this, you just want to get your mind off of your apartment or your house or something that's closing in on you. And you want to see that there's something bigger out there. Some kind of chance to go and see the ocean. And Man Dan was all the road trips I took. I love to just sit in the car and just look out the window. And of course, if you're looking at the beautiful cliffs and the water of Malibu, California, you can really kind of just drift off and think of that's option. No optimized bumper and theme song to it. It's like Food Friday, Food Friday, Food Friday, Food Friday, Food Friday. Give me something good taste on. A pretty good singer. He's kind of like that Mac Miller, like vibing, singing, rapping. Went ahead and tracked down the Travel Man Dan theme song. The only thing is I don't want to on set of every video with the theme song, travel around the world, do do do, you know. So, but you know, in times like this, it might be something cool just to put out there and see what happens. I know that you guys are, you know, want to see some travel videos and things like that, but maybe you want to see how the Travel Man Dan theme song bumper was created. Hey guys, I haven't seen anybody pop up in a while. Is this thing still freezing? If you're still here, give me a thumbs up, wave to me, let me know that you're still here. But I'm not sure if you guys are hearing me, seeing me, what the deal is with the internet, but I know that it totally sucks and this show is going really well, so I hope that you're here with me. Let's go ahead and slam down this last bit of Ghost Hammer IPA. Okay. Once again, not overbearing, delicious. All right, yes, thank you, Greg. Uh, Definitely something that I would go buy again. Is it something that you could put down 10, 11, 12 beers? Probably not. If you do, you're probably the best drinker I know, because they're definitely really strong. But Stone puts out a great product. Overall, absolutely love drinking this beer, and that's why I'm going to give it, because I love IPAs too. I'm going to give it a higher score. Yes, I can. So I'm giving the Ghost Hammer IPA an 8.5. Who else is with me? Guys, shoot me a wave. Say hello. I want to know who's still here because of the bad connection. I'm seeing I got 4 people in the room talking about all the, and Woo called Stone Buena Vesa Salt and Lime Lager. Check that guy out. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what this lager is. Exactly what this is, as it ranks in at a 4.7. But let's see how good it tastes. I'm going to crack this sucker open, take a whiff. Ooh, right away you can smell the citrusy, refreshing smell of a lime. Okay, and let's go ahead and we'll try out this Buena Vesa. Whew, uh-oh. We got a little problem, all right? First sip, not exactly what I was looking for, if you were with me. The first sip is definitely, well, tastes like a lager, and it's got nice beer taste to it, if you will, the quintessential beer taste. But then something in there, the salt or the lime, is making it a little funky. I'm not sure what that is, but it definitely isn't the nicest taste that I've tasted. Well, I'm not going to go ahead and judge it right away. We're going to give it a score at the end, and I want to sip it a little bit more. But if you remember the last time I had like a salt beer, it was that 26C, and it was like a, and I think it, whatever. We'll continue to try out the Stone. I'll tell you what I think about it. Maybe the second sip is better. Sometimes after the drinking the IPA, anything you drink is just a little bit thrown off a little bit. So let me get the taste of this Buena Vesa in my mouth, on my palate, and I'll let you know how it tastes. Travel Man Dan, everything is frozen up. Oh no, this sucks. This totally sucks. Guys, I'm really sorry about the frozen. I'm going to continue the show. I'm going to continue moving forward, and I'll let you guys know. The next part we're going to go into is called This Day in History. So this day in history, obviously today, all just the spinning. I know we got everyone calling me. So like, yeah, everyone's calling me. Little Stevie bounced. This sucks, I know. I can't believe it. Yeah. Let me text them back. Let me text them back. That is not, no bueno, no bueno. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we'll talk about this day in history being April 5th. And April 5th, 1242, Alexander Nevsky of Novgorod defeats the Teutonic Knights at the Battle of, in the Battle of the Ice. I mean, I just had to put that out there. I'm not sure what it means. It's probably some crazy Viking battle up in Iceland near Greenland, some kind of crazy Swedish Viking ships, but listen to that again. On April 5th, 1242, Alexander Nevsky of Novgorod. What the hell, that is freaking awesome. That is pretty historic. I'm not sure what it means, but that happened back in 1242. But on April 5th, 1614, Native American woman Pocahontas marries English colonist John Rolfe in Virginia. John Rolfe has married Pocahontas. Okay, that was in Roganville. So that happened in 1950, to be, So if you get yes, yeah. Oh man, we are having difficulties. Drink to that. I'm gonna go ahead and try out this again, but we are all kinds of connective issues. Let's go ahead. The Buena Vesa. See, now that's got a little bit of a better flavor to it. Okay, I like the salty taste to it. Not overpowering. You definitely taste the citrus and the lime. I know, Greg. This sucks. This is one of the crappy times of the weekly beer and video review show. Let me redeem myself next week. We're gonna put on an amazing show. I promise you that. We'll do the best we can throughout the rest of the show because I want to get through everything. But yeah, this is not bad. Okay, the second sip was better. I like the grainy kind of salty flavor mixed with the citrus lime flavor, and then washed out with the lager. That's a nice feeling. Okay, now what I was saying before is on April 5th, 1985, John McEnroe said this, I quote, any man can beat any woman at any sport, especially tennis. Now, if you don't know John McEnroe, that is a bold, bold statement. And I got to disagree with him absolutely 100% because, um, well, I can think of, a lot of sports that women would kick my ass in, especially soccer. Okay, they would definitely beat me in, well, NBA, WNBA. They're phenomenal. Okay, and well, I would even go so much as to say that some women boxers out there would probably knock me out cold. So, John McEnroe, I'm sure you're eating your words, and you are definitely wrong. On this day in 1985, you sounded like a goof ass, and well, I'm not sure how you redeem yourself, but that is absolutely not true. If you're a lady and you're a woman listening to this, keep doing you. John McEnroe doesn't know what the heck he was talking about. The guy's a screwball, awesome tennis player, and he's probably regretting what he said. Now let's go ahead and talk about the last thing, and that is on April 5th, 1987, Fox Broadcasting opens up its channel. They open up with two shows, and those two shows were number one, the Tracy Ullman Show. Don't really remember that one, but definitely remember the second one, and that was Married with Children. Yay! So Al Bundy. If you're unfamiliar with that show, it's one of the great classic shows. A lot of new people know the actor who played Al Bundy from the new show of Modern Family, but it's a phenomenal show, one of the great American classics. And in 1987, it aired for the very first time on April 5th. So, yeah, that's this day in history. I don't claim to be a history professor. I just go ahead and tell you some things that happened on this day in history and let you deal with it. Let's go back into this Buena Vesa and see. All right, fuck. Ooh, excuse me, I'm sorry, children. All right. Yep, this is really good. This is really good. We're going to continue moving on. I want to talk about the next segment of the show, and it's called What Are You Reading? What Are You Watching? Okay, what are you reading? Well, I'll show you exactly what I'm reading. This is the book that we were reading last week, and we are reading The Travel Book by Lonely Planet. Awesome book, colorful, goes through every country, talks a little bit about what to see, what to do, where do you want to go, all that kind of stuff. And it just really covers just everything that you need to know when traveling, when exploring countries. And it's a really fun thing because you'll find yourself, there's not huge excerpts. I mean, you can basically whip through about 20 countries in an hour. And so what that does to your mind, and a person who loves to travel like myself, is it just takes me on an imagination journey that I absolutely love. I love reading about different countries, the size of their population, what to see, what their food is like, and then it gives like under your skin, it gives something to read about the country, something to watch, something that you want to eat. So it gives a lot of tips, and if you go through like 20 countries in a day, it really has you spinning to get out there and see the world. So as travel man Dan loves to say, it's a big world out there. Make sure you see every bit of it. Right now I'm learning about it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hopefully one day I'll see as many countries as I freaking possibly can. So that's what I'm reading. Let me know down in the comments below what you're reading. I'd love to hear from you. Now let's talk about what am I watching. What am I watching? I almost feel I don't know how to say this, but when things come out and they're talked about on social media, and like you have your Game of Thrones people and your Walking Dead people, and you had all these shows that everyone kind of groups together, talks about, kind of grows this audience, which is awesome, which is really cool. Maybe one day they'll all watch some Travel Man Dan, and like Travel Channel or Discovery picks me up. Wouldn't that be freaking amazing? Just a huge network, right? So there's been a lot of talk about the Tiger King. And for a couple weeks, I was like, what? With Tiger King? Especially when my cousin Jamie said, I watched this show called The Tiger King. You got to watch it. It's a train wreck that you can't look away. Now, I never want to see a train wreck in my life, okay? But there is something to be said about shows that people are an interesting docu-series. I mean, the people, the stories, the great stuff going on in this is the show that we're all just personally. But the one thing that I did get out of that documentary was Baskins. Just tell a person's body language when they're talking to her, and she's like blinking her eyes and looking down, and like you totally see the deceit and depth of lying with her, and she's just able to like switch the whole script of what she's doing with tigers to make her mask all these different things. And that was the whole thing about it, is like, I do believe that if you're asking me, I definitely believe that she killed her husband, and well, I don't think they'll ever get in trouble for it. That's the sad part about it. I definitely think that she hides behind the goodness and the intentions of goodness with the big cat rescue and all that kind of, it's all bullshit. I mean, that woman's so fake, and like, that's just my opinion. And I'm not, just all kinds of crazy stuff. I can see why people were mesmerized by it. I watched all the episodes. It was very interesting to see this kind of thing. I don't think it's as crazy as people imagine. I think there's all kinds of stories. Hell, when I lived in Hollywood many years ago and I had a nightclub, there was all kinds of stories like this going around. Like, it was like normal everyday life. Some of the kooks that were employed and that would walk around and hang around a nightclub, you could have made 5 stories like that. So I don't see how crazy that was, but they did such a good job at making it interesting, and Netflix does such a good job at docuseries that it was intriguing, and I definitely would like to discuss it more, because it was interesting for me. I just feel really bad because that was the only part about it. I think all that other stuff is pretty normal, but the fact that Carol Baskin's woman killed her husband and hides behind the fact that she didn't is really bizarre. That's my thoughts on the Tiger King. That's just what I think. Interesting. If you get a chance to check it out. Let's go ahead and get back into the Stone Buena Vista at Buena Vesa. Is anybody still with me? Guys, I'm seeing 2 people still with me. Is anybody still with me? Because I know we've had terrible connections. I'm not too happy about that. Won't happen again. I'll do my best to keep the internet connection as best I can, but it's just really slow right now. Wow. All right. So my initial take on this beer was, well, it wasn't that good. But after drinking a few more sips, it's kind of coming around to me. I like the limey lager taste. I like the salt. I like how refreshing it is. And then you have the salt, who basically gives it another flavor, gives it another edge, gives it something different. Really enjoying it. To be honest with you guys, I don't think it's an excellent beer. But do I like it? Yeah. Go ahead. I know it's freezing live. I want to go ahead and shut this sucker down. So I'm going to slam this beer, give it a score, leave you with the quote of the week, and we'll go ahead and see how we can't fix the internet connection for next week. All right, so that was Stone Brewing Buena Vesa. Not my favorite one, but since it's Stone, and I like Stone Brewery a lot, sun or a hot day, it gives it a little bit more. Go ahead, and I'm going to give it a 6.5. Not the lowest score, not the best score, but a good score, an average score, right? It's pulling its weight. It's not too bad. Everything else at Stone, I absolutely love. My favorite of the microbreweries is Arrogant Bastard, and so I'm at a 6.5. So not too bad, okay? To San Diego to film. Hopefully you'll let me in there with a camera where I can do a really cool, fun episode. And yeah, I think people would really want to see your brewery, because when you travel into San Diego, you can go see Padre Inc. you want to go to a brewery. So definitely, I hope we get a chance to get in there and show people what the Stone Brewery looks like, what it's all about, and all that good stuff. Now it's that part of the time. It's that part of the time. It's that part of the show where we get into the quote of the week. And the quote of the week was brought to my attention by my friend, and he's living in China. He's the big dog. Okay, you may have seen him on the Great Wall video. I'll go ahead and throw that up there right now. Okay, you're back on. I have no idea what this video is going to look like, guys. Greg, thank you so much, dude. I cannot wait to come to Orlando or Milwaukee and drink it up with you. I appreciate you hanging in there with me. This sucks. I know, there's nothing I can do about it. But I'm going to leave you with the quote of the day. It was brought to my attention by the big dog, UK actor that I met in China, that I worked with on 2 TV shows and a movie. Really good friend of mine. Stayed at his house a few times in China. Really brilliant, fun guy. Just really good. He brought to me this. We went through 2 months of quarantine in China. Now we're in like our 3rd week, and he was telling me, we're just talking about it, whatever. And he brought to my attention a quote by Warren Buffett, which is this quote, and this is the quote of the week. He said, Warren Buffett said, the most important investment you can make is in yourself. Okay, now think about that. Warren Buffett is, I think he's the richest man in the world. If not one, he's number 2 or 3. And he said, the best and the most important trying to get this and that and stuff. And when an opportunity like this, yes, COVID's very serious, but this is a huge opportunity to invest in yourself. Do something about your life that you've always wanted to do. Invest in yourself. You get one time to go, quote, okay? Invest in yourself, whether that's reading and learning. Always be a learner. Learn something new, whether it be a skill, whether it just be something that you always wanted to know about, that you can regurgitate and you can, build it, okay? That's the whole thing. Yes, yourself. Investing in the time, investing in the creation, giving the process of learning time to develop so that you can invest in yourself and take what you learn and apply it to your whole life, okay? Whether that be in business, whether that be in athletics, whether that be in finances, whatever it is, entertainment, whatever it is that you want to do, take the time, because you are your best investment, okay? That couldn't be further from the truth. That's a real statement from one of the richest people in the world. And the thing is, Warren Buffett, he's not a crazy money mongrel, wolf on Wall Street type of guy. He's a simple older man. Yes, he's smart, okay, absolutely. But he takes the time to learn what he needs to learn so that he can invest in himself and become better to get the things that he wants out of his life. And he's no different than me and you. He puts on his pants the same way we do. You can do it too, and that's what I'm going to leave you with, and that's the quote of the week. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm very, very sorry about the connection issues. I'm going to have to call up Spectrum and be like, yo, man, we're trying to do the weekly beer and video review show, and you guys are just slamming us with this throttling down and making this slow connection. So thanks for hanging with me, and remember, it's a big world out there. Make sure you see every bit of it.